Hi everybody, it's Norma, and it is that time of the month again. It's time to do another Empties video, and even though it's mid-March, this is my February Empties. I apologize, it's taking me so long to get to you, but I had some Easter decorating to do, and I'm hoping tomorrow, at the latest, it'll be next week, I'm going to film my What I'm Burning Now in March, but for now we got an Empties video. So let's get to it because we got a lot going on here and I don't want this video to take forever. So I am going to start with candles that I have burnt before and I've either done full reviews on or they have been in other Empties videos. These are ones that I've just repeated and repeated and repeated. So we got a lot of favorites here, but we got a lot of new ones too. So first up is going to be a Bath and Body Works candle, and this is London Tea and Lemon. And as you guys know by now, it's one of my favorite candles from Bath and Body Works. This is last summer's version. I do not have the new spring version yet because I've been on a wax ban, and I hope at some point in time to pick it up. But it's been a good thrower for me. Some scorch marks and stuff like that, but I've talked about it a lot. I went through 1, 2, 3, and 4 Londons. I also went through 1, 2 of Bath and Body Works Pumpkin Sugar Cookie. This was a new scent that came out this fall, and I did do a full review on it when it came out. I wish I had gotten more of these. Yeah. At the time, I liked it. Oh, I'm sorry. These are 2 different candles. Oops. Hang on. This is Vanilla Pumpkin Marshmallow. This one is Pumpkin Sugar Cookie. And this is the one I wish I'd gotten more of because it does smell like a sugar cookie. It had a really good throw. I mean, a really, really good throw. I didn't get really any pumpkin from it, just like a sugar cookie. And sadly, it is my last one. It performed really great, went down all the way to the end. It was a beautiful performing candle. This one, on the other hand, Vanilla Pumpkin Marshmallow, and I believe this is my last one, was just terrible. I mean, drowning wicks the whole way. Took forever to get it finished with it. I just wanted it done. I wanted it over with. I thought when I first got this, because I picked up quite a few of them at some point during the summer annual sale last year, that I liked this one. But I think next year, if it comes back, it's going to be a pass for me. Pumpkin Sugar Cookie comes back, I'm snagging some. This one, no, it was puny wicks in them all the way, and I got no throw from it, hardly, until at the very end. I did have to throw it in my warmer. I must have had another one. I think I had 2 of them. I don't know what I did with the other one, because one of them I did throw in my warmer. I probably just threw it out then, but anyway, yeah, that was a fail for me. Okay, another candle that I did a review on when I first got this. This was Light My Soy in the scent Cake, and unfortunately this company is out of business. It did fairly well. I mean, it's a little bit messy looking because it's soy, but it performed really well and it had a great throw. It's one of the few candles when I have it in my great room that I can actually smell a candle. So I'm glad at the time I placed this order, I ordered like a couple of these, maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4. And I'm kind of glad I did because shortly after that, Light My Soy did go out of business, so you can't get it anymore. And I think Cake was one of the better scents that they had. Okay, next up we have a couple Yankee candles. This is one of the few scents from Yankee that I will get it in a 2-wick tumbler on purpose because it is white wax, and the white wax is paraffin wax versus the soy blend, the smooth wax. I'm just not a huge big fan of that, mostly because I have had a lot of issues with wick travel when I burn the normal 2-wick tumblers, but the paraffin tumblers have always performed well for me and I get a good throw from them. And this is Soft Blanket It is just a beautiful vanilla ambery bedroom type of scent, and it's a candle that will be a staple. I absolutely love the tart in this scent even more than the candle, yeah, it's one of my favorites. As you can see, there is some soot because toward the end I did let the wick get away from me. I had these in some holders that I really couldn't see through, so a lot of times I wasn't paying attention to what was going on with the wick. So yeah, I did have some soot with these, but that is probably my fault. I also went through 3 campfire treats from Yankee Candle. Campfire Treats is the writing jar version of, I'm sorry, it's the writing jar version of Campfire Treats. This scent is called Golden Marshmallow. And you, last summer you were able to find them at like your Home Goods, TJ Maxx. I found some of these at the outlet, some of these at Home Goods. I picked up a few, basically to use as a background scent, as a buffer. So if I had any kind of bakery scent going on, any kind of, vanilla based type candle going on, as you'll see, I had, chocolate layer cake going on. I use it as a buffer because basically to me it was not scentless, almost scentless. Super, super, super light throw. I couldn't really smell it unless I stuck my nose in the jar, and then hardly then. They did burn fairly well. Some residue on it, and a lot of it was my fault because I just don't have time hardly at all anymore to get a good long burn on my Yankees, except on the weekend. So during the week I burn them regardless. I don't care. I'll just deal with it. But as you can see, that one did really well. Great buffer candle if you can get it for a cheap price, if you can still find it. It looks beautiful in hurricanes because it's the white wax, but yeah, not a strong thrower for me at all. Okay, next up we have some cake. We have red velvet cake and chocolate layer cake, and these are jars that I picked up at Home Goods a couple years ago. They're 2014 pours, and as you guys probably know, red velvet cake, I think it was called red velvet in the retail line, it's a discontinued scent. I like it. It's more like a cream cheese frosting scent versus a chocolate cake scent. For me, again, it's more of a blender scent versus a scent that I would enjoy on its own, because when you have chocolate layer cake, you really don't need any other candle, because that one is a performer. Definitely I had it in my computer room. It filled the computer room and spilled out into the hallway. So I kind of had to pick my candles for February based on chocolate layer cake, because I wanted everything to blend, because it was a very strong performer. Sadly, these are my last 2 red velvets. I don't have any more, and like I said, it's discontinued. If I found it again in the outlet or at Home Goods, I would probably pick it up. I like it. It's kind of a light thrower, but beautiful wax color, so it was beautiful for Valentine's Day. And the scent itself I actually like, but again, it's to me more of a blender scent. Yeah, I seem to have a lot of blender scents going on in February, but that's okay. Another Yankee candle that I burned before is Pure Radiance in the scent Toasted Almond. This is in their old style Illuma wick, and as you can see, there is no wick. Well, it's way over there. Once again, I didn't notice, smooth wax. Like I said a little bit earlier, I have an issue sometimes with the wicks moving in the smooth wax candles. And this one moved so far, I didn't notice it until it was that far away. And since the candle was almost done, I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to mess with it anymore. It's done. So even though there's some wax in there, I could have thrown it in the warmer, but it was like, I'm done. I'm over you. Adios, amigo. It's a pretty good scent, though. It's fairly popular. It's supposed to be one of the stronger Pure Radiance throwers. To me, it was just okay. Would I get it again? Yeah, maybe. It wouldn't be my first choice though. It's just, to me, it's just okay. Okay, and another repeat for me is Angel Wings. I actually burnt this one last year, so it would have been Christmas 2014. It was an online exclusive at the time, and I liked it enough to get it again. I kept meaning to stock up during the semi-annual sale, and I just never did. So I hope it stays around and comes back next year, because it is one I would definitely like to get again. To me, it smells like confectioner's sugar, basically. I like the scent on its own. Once again, it's a great blender scent, and it burnt fairly well. The only thing I was surprised at is the wick did extinguish itself, and you can see there's still quite a bit of wax in there. This is a medium jar, and I'm not quite sure why it died out so fast. I did have some issues with wicks this month, as you will see, but I liked it enough that I would definitely get it again, especially if I could find it in the 2-wick tumbler, because once again, the white wax is paraffin. As you guys may recall, if you've been watching my channel for a while, I'm not big on cherry scents, so I did have some cherry candles, and I decided that I needed to get through them. So one of them is another writing jar. It's called Cherry Ice, and basically it's a dupe for Cherries on Snow, which is a retired scent, and it's like a cherry almond, and it's one of those cherry scents that people have likened to like cherry cough syrup, and I could sometimes pick that up. Surprisingly, I didn't hate it as much as I thought I would. You know, maybe my sense of smell has changed, but the cherry scents that I did burn in February, they weren't that bad. So would I get a cherry candle again in the future? Maybe. Probably not this one if it ever came back, but I was pleasantly surprised enough that I would consider giving cherry scents another try. And speaking of cherry, these are the other 2 candles I tried. One is Yankee Candle Black Cherry, and the other one is a Goose Creek Cherry Cobbler. And I apologize, I don't know why I can't seem to get a focus and a good picture today, but I tried for about 10-15 minutes to get my camera to focus, and it's like, it's not going to happen, we'll deal with it. So, as you can see, there's quite a lot of wax in both of these jars, and that is because I had to throw them in my melter, my crock warmer, not because of a light throw. Both of them actually had a decent throw. Wick issues. My black cherry kept extinguishing itself for no reason. I would light it, the wick would just die. And as you can see, that happened fairly early on because there's quite a bit of wax in there. So I gave up, threw it in the warmer. It actually did, well. I liked the scent. And with the cherry cobbler, I had puny wick syndrome to the point, the wicks were just drowning. You could hardly see that a flame was going on. And then I got worried that I couldn't see there was a candle burning, and then I got afraid I was going to leave the house with the candle burning, although it probably would have drowned itself out. So yeah, both of these ended up, in the crock pot warmer, which I'm kind of disappointed with because I have determined this past month that I've been using my crock pot warmer that I'm just not a warmer. I like to burn my candles. If I want to melt something, I'm going to use, melts. I like my candles for ambiance. So yeah, for me to have to put a candle in a crock pot is not what I personally like to do. And another candle that ended in the crock pot is Yankee Candle's Girl Scout Lemon and Sugar. And this one, I super regret putting in the crock pot. I got this candle because so many people were reporting it having a good throw. People were like, oh yeah, this is great, it's wonderful. They were getting great wax pulls, it was throwing. It looks beautiful. So I ended up getting some. And of course, I was the one person, well, not the one person, there were more than me, but there were a minority of us who got duds, where we couldn't smell anything. And I was one of them. And people were just saying how great the scent was, how strong the throw was, in desperation, because I really wanted to love the scent. If you guys have been watching my channel, basically since I first started my channel, I talked about wanting the perfect lemon cookie scent. And sadly, I thought this was it because I'm cold. It's exactly what I wanted, but I couldn't smell it. So I threw it in my crock pot, praying and hoping I could smell it. And I could barely. I mean, it didn't throw in the room. I could smell it if I stuck my nose over it. And I loved what I could smell, but it wasn't throwing. I mean, I just couldn't smell it, which is killing me. I can't tell you how much it is killing me, because I was ready to buy this by the caseload. I mean, I was gonna buy a semi truck and haul it up, and if it had thrown, but it didn't. So I end up taking back the ones I didn't burn. I have this one that I melted. I have two that I burned that are still burning now, and I took back the rest. And I'm wishing I had just kept this one to burn, because it is nice and pretty. You know, it's a light colored wax. Light colored wax always looks beautiful when it's burning, especially if you stick it in a hurricane. So I wish I had kept it as a buffer candle instead of melting it, because I couldn't see it and I couldn't smell it. So I just couldn't enjoy it. And I'm so sad about that. And kind of pissed off too. Okay, so I think we're on my last Yankee candle, and this is one of my very favorites all time from Yankee, and of course it's a discontinued scent. It's like they discontinue all the good ones. This is Comfort, and it's a blend of cardamom, rose, and cedarwood, and I just loved it, and it was a good thrower. I have only two more, and I have some tarts, but no more. I wish they would bring this one back. Make the scent, reincarnate it as something else. Just bring the scent back. I absolutely loved it, thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay, and one of the things I was trying to accomplish last month was to finish up my Crossroads. I think I still have a lemon cookie and maybe one more, but I think I'm pretty much done with my Crossroads. This was in the scent Cinnamon Bun. Unfortunately, it didn't really smell like a cinnamon bun. It smelled more like just cinnamon, which was okay. I burnt this, I think it was more toward the end of January, February, and it was like a light to medium throw. I had it on my dead zone on the stove, so I could smell it when I was in the vicinity, but it was just like a basic generic cinnamon to me, like nothing special. The burn was actually really good. I have to say, with the Crossroads that I've had, I really haven't had any issues with their burn. I haven't had puny wick syndrome. They burn good. They burn fairly cleanly. There is some soot there, but it's probably my fault. And yeah, I mean, I'm just not a huge Crossroads fan, so I wouldn't be getting it again. But if you like just a basic cinnamon and you want a candle that burns, you might want to pick up Cinnamon Bun. Okay, so I had some Kringle candles going, and this is in the scent Hot Chocolate, and this is from one of their older style jars. I think I probably got this in 2013 or 14. It's a 1 wick, not the 2 wicks that they have out now. And you know, I've talked about Hot Chocolate. I reviewed it. To me, it's one of my favorite Kringles. It's probably the scent that got me really into Kringle, because it was a good thrower. Smells just like hot chocolate with marshmallows and cream. Strong thrower. You know, I've stocked up on it. I have more. It's a scent that I really like. I can only burn it, you know, once or twice a year, like, you know, in the dead of winter, and then I'm over it. But it's a good scent, strong thrower. Highly, highly recommend the scent Hot Chocolate. Another Kringle that is a repeat burn for me is Espresso Crema. This one is pretty popular with a lot of people in my Facebook group. I'm not like huge on coffee scents. They're just okay for me. And this one's not like a straight up coffee. It's a little bit more like a coffee drink that you would get at a coffee bar. You know, it's got some sweetness to it. It's a nice scent. Once again, I did have this on my stove, which is the dead zone. I probably should have put it someplace where I could smell it a little bit more, but it just seemed appropriate to have my coffee candle in the kitchen. It's not a scent that I would burn in my bedroom. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I did. I do have a couple backups of it because it's one that I like enough, but I'm not like love, 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 just because it's just not, you know, my kind of scent that I would burn year round all the way, or, you know, all the time. However, in the dead of winter, you know, the coffee and the hot chocolate, you know, seem to work. So, yeah, I did enjoy it though. Great burn. As you can see, it went almost all the way down to the end. Rarely did I have to trim the wicks. Another Kringle candle that basically became a blender is Holiday Cookie. You know, basic vanilla scent. I didn't really get much cookie from it. It was a little bit of a disappointment because it was also a light thrower. But, you know, I had hot chocolate. I had chocolate layer cake. So I didn't really need a whole bunch of strong throwers going on because they were really, you know, doing a great job. So it filled its place as a blender candle, but I would not get it again. The burn was okay. I mean, the Kringles burnt well all the way down. I mean, this one went all the way down to the nub before it died. Okay, my last Kringle, nope, I got one more. This is Fresh Air, and when I originally got this one, I was disappointed because the first few burns I couldn't smell it at all. Luckily, it did kick in, and I still have some left because I kept meaning to do a review on it, and I'm not going to throw this one out yet because I'm going to try to get a review on it before it's done. But it did kick in. It took a while. I mean, I think it got past the halfway point before it actually started throwing for me. And the best way I can describe it is it's not quite a cotton scent, and it's not quite a linen scent, and it's not quite an ozone scent. It's something that's a mixture of all of those. The closest candle that I could compare it to would be Yankee Candle's Windblown, which I think that one's also been discontinued, retired. I think Windblown was a little bit stronger and had a little bit more of like a laundry note, but the two are similar. They share similar characteristics. So if you're a fan of Windblown and you're sad because you can't find it anymore, you might want to give Fresh Air a try. Myself, it's not the kind of scent I go crazy over, so I probably wouldn't get it again, at least in the candle form. I would consider getting it in the melts again though. And, you know, as you can see, burnt good. Really have to trim the wicks on the Kringles. You know, every once in a while when they start to get long, I do. But I still have a little bit to finish it, so I'll finish it off before I toss it. Okay, my last Kringle is another new scent. This is in the scent Scarlet Rose, and I did do a full review on this one, so you can check it out. I was disappointed in the scent. I was hoping it was going to be like my Comfort from Yankee Candle. Nothing like it at all. This is more like a candied floral, sweet, light. It was very, very super light in throw. But basically I got it because of the red glass, because it was for, you know, Valentine's Day decor. So it was really gorgeous when it was burning, but it was not my type of scent. If you like sweet candied florals, you might like this one. It's just not my type of thing. Okay, we're getting down to the wire here. These are new. These are the Aquiesse candles. This is in their lavender vanilla scent. I forget exactly what they call it. Lavender vanilla, I think, with the E at the end. The scent itself is really nice. It's, you know, right in my wheelhouse. I love the scent itself. Very thick, heavy glass. These are slow burning candles. When you first start them, you need, you know, a long bit of time to get a wax pool, at least as long as, you know, a Yankee candle, if not a little bit longer. Once they got going and the glass, you know, see it's wider at the top, once it gets past around here and it's a little bit more narrow, it starts to pull out a little bit better. But they're slow burning soy wax. Disappointed though in the throw. You know, I would have expected with this type of candle, you know, because it's, you know, more in the luxury end type of candles, that it would have a much better throw. To me, it was really light to almost non-existent. So I was really sad about that. Others have reported having good throw from these though. So I don't know if it's just me, because I live in a dud house. I don't know what it is. But I do have, I think, 1 or 2 more in this scent. So, you know, at some point, probably maybe in the fall, I'll burn it again, because I think in the fall it would look beautiful with this, you know, dark colored glass. But yeah, you know, for my first venture into Aquiesse brand, it was, you know, a bit of a disappointment. Okay, now we have some Colonials, and these 3 are new spring scents for 2016. I've done reviews on these 2, although I don't think I posted that one yet. And this one, Vanilla Cupcake, which I was so excited about, was basically a hot mess for me. Look at that. And the main reason was it had puny wick syndrome almost from the beginning. And the one wick, I think it was this one here, similar to my black cherry, kept extinguishing itself. It's very unusual to have problems with the Colonial candle 8-ounce jars, but this one was just a hot mess. When I was able to get a pool, I could hardly smell it. Major disappointment. I don't know if the melt performs any better, but I would not get this scent again, and I was really disappointed, and the performance was just simply awful. This one, Picnic in the Park, much better looking in the burn. Look how clean that is, just beautiful. You would never believe that I had a problem with it. It also suffered from puny wick syndrome. The first part of the candle was perfect, and then puny wick syndrome set in for about the middle portion, and then it corrected itself and did well at the end. You know, medium light throw, scent was okay. It's kind of, it was the one I was the most excited about, but it was just okay for me. And this one, I did post a review on it already. This one was actually a little bit stronger, I think, in the throw. I thought I had another candle, that April, the rain showers one. Or maybe that one was last month? I don't know. The rain showers was the strongest one. That was the best performer and the strongest thrower. Out of the new spring scents, this one, Wildflowers, Picnic in the Park, Vanilla Cupcake, Rain Showers would be the one that I would recommend. This one burnt well. This one had issues, and this one was a disaster. And this one, this little Colonial Bluebell, 3.5 ounce, kicked every candle's ass that I just showed you today. It was a strong performer, did great. The only complaint I have about it is sometimes it can smell a little funky. It's a floral. Susan always says it smells like, flowers that you left in the water too long. The water gets kind of that skanky smell. So I can sometimes pick that up, so I see what she says. This is a scent that it is retired now, so you probably can't find it. But it's a scent that I'm glad I only got it in the 3.5 ounce, because that's, by the time I'm done with it, I'm over it and I'm ready to move on. Almost done. This is the Goose Creek candle. This is in the scent Driftwood and Sandstar. This is one that I picked up at Burlington Coat Factory last summer or the summer before. Oh gosh, I lost track of time. And it's a nice soft scent, kind of similar to, Yankee Candles Beechwood. But it was a light thrower for me, even though it was in the 3-wick, which they're supposed to be stronger. I had it in my bathroom, and I could barely smell it. And basically, I just burnt this one to get rid of it. I knew it wasn't going to be a candle that I absolutely loved, but I wanted to try it, and I may have one more. I'm not quite sure. It's a pleasant scent. The scent itself I like. It was just a light thrower, and if it comes back this year, I don't know if I would want to get it again. Maybe a melt, maybe. Okay, and I saved the biggest for last, the Big Kahuna. This is another Goose Creek. This is my 2-gallon candle. This is in the scent Angel Kiss, which is basically butter cookie. 6-wick. It took me about 3 months to finish it, and as you can see, it's done. 4 of the wicks have extinguished themselves. This middle one extinguished itself earlier this week. It just upended. Those 2 are going, but I'm going to blow them out because I'm done with this baby. Lots of soot. It was a little bit difficult for me to figure out how to trim the wicks on this, because if you left it too long, it started to soot, but if I cut them too short and one wick would go out, then the candle wasn't burning right. So it was a constant balance in trimming the wicks. Around the halfway point, I thought I'd caught my stride and it was doing great. But then toward the end, after the one wick went out, I started having issues again. It did burn down, pretty much, like a Yankee candle will extinguish itself about that point. A lot of wax yet, but I'm not going to try to save it. And I thought about saving the jar to use as like a huge big communal candy dish at work, but I don't know. It's it's pretty dirty. It's going to be a lot of work to get that wax out. I just may toss it. We'll see. I'll see how I feel. But anyway, there you guys have it. That is my empties for the month of February. If you guys like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe below, and have a blessed evening.